You know what he could use there? He could use a shim. No, he could use even more shims. With only 14 days, 2 weeks until this absolutely insane race, I've got a bit of a conundrum. And thankfully, I've got a solution. This is a steel ring, and it belongs right there. There are shims used to position the things inside of the front differential. You're putting pressure on that race, on that bearing. Ooh, look at that. It's a baby. I made a post online asking if anybody had any BMW shims for this. They didn't. And there's one kit over in like Yugoslavia. I don't even think Yugoslavia is really a country anymore. It's gonna take 2 months, too late. So I went out and bought steel shims. Just raw material. Slightly thinner, and you can see it's turning into paper as we go. We are going to take all of these and turn them into this. I can actually cut all of these in half and make 2 of each. I paid $30. I'm going to use my $30. I mean, I have a $35,000 machine, and I'm worried about saving an extra $15. That's why I can afford a $30,000 machine. I put the really thin ones in the middle. That was just a rough cut, and look at how close I was to the 2 sides being the same width. I'm actually really proud of that. We've got double the number of shims, and they all have plenty of space for me to clamp. Here's where the whole operation gets really interesting. We're gonna drill a hole somewhere in the center. It does not matter. The hole itself starts the process, not the ring. We don't have to set it anywhere. So we need to drill the total distance. We will drill basically a cone into the aluminum. That went perfect. There you can see the darker steel and then the lighter aluminum right in that center hole. For this step, we're actually using a 6.8 millimeter drill bit because we can get these threads really tight without any issue because it's aluminum, not steel. And it's not in a CNC machine going 7,000 RPM and you catch the bit on fire. This is something I've wanted to do for a while. This is a tap. Because this has a quill, so this whole thing can be pulled down by itself. See how it can do that? You can actually use this to tap. We're gonna go very, very slow, do a couple of rows, figure out where it's gonna go from there. But I'm curious to see how this will work. I wouldn't do this if this wasn't aluminum. So we'll bring it back out. I cannot believe that worked. Try this. That's just amazing. These are the bolts I want to use inside of this because the heads aren't wider than the area we need to cut easily on making that work. So that's done. That's what we'll use to position on the big mill, but also we now know that from center to center of each of the holes, it's 4.33 inches. So from the radius, from the very center of this piece, it's 2.15 plus 0.15. You know what I mean. I'm gonna hope this machine works. It's been giving me some troubles. So it is centered to the center, and we need to move 2.165 inches either side. So we're gonna have to do it by hand. We're gonna spin this 10 times to get us 2 inches. We're marked at 20, so we're gonna do this 10 times, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need to add the 165 to the 20. So we'll go to 185. Go like that. That's making sense to me. There we go. Time to swap to the smaller bit. You guys get to watch how this handle just sinks. It's not an angled tap, so it's not pulling the threads out or pulling the metal out as much as we'd like. For the last couple months, I have been in here. When this car goes to travel, so do I. And you know what is nice? Having the peace of mind that the shop stays safe while I'm gone. Funny enough, that's how I found the rat. from 2 videos ago. He walked in front of the camera and triggered it, and it recorded for the next 60 seconds, and I watched my little furry friend scamper about. It helped me understand this type of threat, little mouse. My door sensors didn't go off, but there was something inside the building. And that's probably my favorite thing about Simply Safe, is that I can check on the health, not just door entries, not just cameras, but making sure that it is not too hot, not too cold, there's no flooding, there's nobody breaking in with glass. Not all of the threats to my property are on the outside. Some of them are here, but making sure that things aren't on fire is another aspect of the system that truly brings peace of mind to me. As soon as I get into the car after I've locked the door, I've realized that I have not set the code. I can go ahead and arm the system from there. It's such a basic but wonderful function that I actively use all of the time. Well, I do use it here at the shop. If you're looking for award-winning home security, go to simplysafe.com/RobDahm to learn more about this awesome product. That's simplysafe.com/RobDahm. We're gonna go and do the other side now. 10. But here's the real test of my hand jobs. I think that's a winner. So doing this on a manual machine is going to make my life a little bit of a living hell. We know that this distance to this distance because we know this is a right angle triangle. And go up to this one, and then go down to this one. Don't forget it in school. This is the right angle. This angle here is the same as easily. So this is even by 380. It's Pythagorean theorem that you're going to use the most when you're doing tubing, when you're any triangulation like this. Even though this is a circle, it ends up being a triangle. We have to do this, or we can also use sine, cosine, which we will need to do to figure out the heights of these. We're going to cheat. That's the ring that we're going to have to cut with the CNC machine. It's 2.165. That's where that point's going to be. This is why we're cheating right now. We're simply going to tell it to bring it down, be at a right angle. We just need to move over 1 inch and 83 thousandths. Up this way, 1 inch, 875. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. From those 2 points, that's pretty damn centered. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. Point of view, just roughing it out, 2.161, 2.165. So that's right where it needs to be. Baby kitty. There's 2 baby kitties. Come here. Back it up. $18. Let's see if my holes make sense. The really thin one took a beating. So you see that they started to pull through because I didn't have the bolts tightened enough. But I mean, I doubt we're going to need 0.002 of an inch. The middle one. Those threads turned out perfect. We're gonna try just 3. This is just straight up a jig to make more BMW shims. This is the next step, a donut. We're actually gonna have the machine go in, and you know what, I'll show you. So it's gonna go around, boop, go deeper, and because it's steel, you know, we're going very shallow depths. This outside piece is gonna do the same thing. It's time to use the CNC machine. I am a little nervous. And the reason why isn't the machine itself, it's steel. This will be the first operation I've done that's actually milling steel, not just drilling it. We've got this tool here. I'm hoping is the right tool. We'll find out together. I'm gonna leave whatever happens in. Steel tools tend to have more than just the 2 flutes, as they call them. This has 6. We're gonna go about 1,000 RPM. So we're gonna go very slow, and I looked up how much meat we should basically be taking off per cut. We'll see if that actually works. We have our newest tool in the system, an end mill, so it's a number 4, 6 flutes, length, I will say 4.5, diameter, I know that's actually 0.37. make our little creation here. Doesn't matter where, doesn't matter the rotation, because again, these are circles. The only thing that matters is finding the center. Like CNC fail videos, it picks up from here and then stays this height and then just clink and then just breaks the tool right off. This is pretty much bound to the table. Take the bolt head out because I don't want the ruby tip here to go into the bolt head and then think that it's on the surface and then fuck itself up. We're gonna take these little pegs, fit the tightest one in there, and then tell it to hit there and then measure off of that. That's left, right, forward, and backwards, but not height. We don't want to start cutting from that height. We're gonna go put this back in for safekeeping. On here is the secret to it all. It's the code. Ready to copy that file to memory. Now it says grab 211, get the spindle going to 1000 RPM. It's not like matrix code for me yet. This is the first time I've ran CAD from the machine and not written it myself. Okay. I went slow so that way the tool didn't catch on fire.
So far, so good.
The coolant coming out of it, but I put magnets in here because we're doing steel and it's capturing it. It's time to run the second circle. Why did it do that? It went too deep. Okay, I think it's already going deep enough. Oh yeah, look at, you can see it starting to pull up out here. It was starting to do exactly what we were thinking about. We could have definitely bolted these down. I didn't realize it would bend up that much. Didn't go all the way down on the center hole, so we're gonna take the ones that are good out. Oh yeah, the ones that haven't been machined yet are still stuck to the middle. That makes that easy.
BMW
Yeah,
spec.
let's go check it out. Here we are. Let's see how good our math was. Wow. Those holes are all dead on. The inner hole is dead on. The outer one's just a slight overshot, but again, that doesn't matter. But here we have quite a few shims just ready to go. That's so exciting. Yeah, look at, that's the aluminum, we went deeper than we needed to. There are all the rest.
Anybody need shims?
Yeah. That's how you create parts that don't exist or aren't in this country in an emergency. You know what he could use there? He could use a shim. Oh wait, you know what? No, he could use even more shims. He's got a lot of options here.